Hello guys, today I wanted to talk about dairy and carnivore, whether dairy is acceptable on carnivore and my experience with eating. Oh, and here's the main man, here's Rollo. So I haven't actually eaten dairy for quite a few years. I gave up dairy probably about 5-6 years ago. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, generally with the dietary changes, I like to try out any dietary change before I can advise any patients on giving up and how it is. So I trialled giving up dairy and I just felt, again, so beneficial from it. I think the main reason for me keeping off dairy was actually my skin. I found that, not that I'd ever really suffered with, acne, but I definitely had sort of those pimples around the time of my period. But what really got me to finally give up dairy was I was actually getting really severe night sweats. And I remember one day waking up and if any woman out there has ever breastfed, she will know the sort of sweet milky smell that I'm talking about. This is quite disgusting, but this is the truth. And I remember waking up to this sweet, sickly, sort of milky smell, and I was absolutely drenched. I was really experiencing quite a lot of night sweats at the time. And the smell reminded me of breast milk, the smell when you're breastfeeding. And at the time, I was eating, a lot of natural yogurt. It was organic. It was something that I ate daily, thinking I was being really healthy. I would eat one of those big pots of yogurt throughout the day, most days. I would add the healthy seeds and berries to it. And it was like my healthy pudding, right? I wasn't eating cake. I wasn't eating chocolate. But yeah, that particular incident made me think, I'm going to try giving this up. And yeah, I did the normal 90-day washout and I felt so much better. And actually, surprisingly, my night sweats completely stopped and I haven't had them for years now. So I don't know whether it's the estrogen in the dairy or the fact that I was allergic to dairy, but yeah, I haven't really eaten it. I would very occasionally eat the odd bit of Roquefort cheese. I love blue cheese, and I tell myself that because Roquefort is made with sheep's milk that it's okay, but I wouldn't eat much of it. And then when I started carnivore, I knew that you could eat dairy on carnivore, and I was eating butter. I introduced butter and that seemed to be okay. And then I started eating more and more soft cheese, because when you're on carnivore, it's quite nice to have the soft cheese. It's almost like a sauce. But I really noticed that my thumb joints here started to become really, really sort of arthritic and painful. Now, I used to have this in the past. So going back even before I gave up dairy, I actually, the first thing that I ever gave up was actually gluten. And I remember when I gave up gluten, the change in my mental health was really quite astounding when I gave up gluten. But yeah, I really noticed that my arthritis or whatever, undiagnosed, the pain in my thumbs just went. And I haven't had that for years. But yeah, I noticed sort of the middle of the sort of first, maybe second week of going carnivore, and I was eating dairy, I noticed that my pain, the inflammation in my thumbs really increased. And at first I was thinking, quite hopefully thinking, oh no, it's not the dairy, it'll be oxalate dumping or whatever. And it was after I spoke with Adele And she said, well, you know what you've got to do to find out. You need to stop the dairy again. So I did. And literally one day of not consuming the soft cheese or the cream in my coffee, the pain had subsided quite significantly that first day. And now after 2 or 3 days of not eating any dairy other than butter, and there's reasons for this, the pain in my thumbs and the stiffness is literally gone. Now, there is a cross linkage by the protein in milk, the casein in milk. It looks very similar to the gluten or gliadin in wheat gluten and other glutinous grains. There is a cross linkage. It looks very similar, and the body can recognize it, and it can cause inflammation to people that are sensitive. And although I'm not a celiac, and I've never been diagnosed as a celiac, I would describe myself without a doubt as having non-celiac gluten sensitivity. And now, after using or utilizing dairy again, after not having it for 5-6 years, I can honestly say that I think I have a sensitivity to the protein in milk. And I've cut that out, and I won't be going back on that. I seem to be okay with the butter, because obviously the butter is just really the pure fat of dairy, so it doesn't contain the milk proteins. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I think it's really, really important that sometimes, when we embark on a new way of eating, or we're testing things out, and obviously this is only a test of one person, this is only my experience. I'm not saying at all that everybody would have this experience. And as I've explained before, the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can really and truly understand what patients/clients may go through if they did embark on a carnivore diet, and whether in fact I would recommend it. But yeah, it's been interesting, and it's definitely taught me that, yeah, without doubt I am definitely sensitive to milk proteins. So I'm not having any soft cheese, I'm not having any cream, and for the rest of the 90-day washout, while I'm experimenting with the carnivore way of life, I won't be eating any other dairy other than butter. So please do leave me your comments. I've really been overwhelmed. Me and Adele were so overwhelmed with all the positive feedback that we've got from you of our last video, Vegan Goes Carnivore. I think we've all really expected a huge backlash, and actually I'm overwhelmed with thanks for everybody being so kind and positive. If you would like further information, or you'd like to follow my carnivore journey, please do like and subscribe. Please leave me your comments, and hopefully I'll try and answer them as best I can. And hopefully we will go through this journey together. So, I'm going to leave this in another video. We're going to talk in the next video about where I've been buying most of my meat and some real top tips there. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.